morning, everybody. Welcome to our first virtual job fair at Fresno City College Career and Employment Center. We are very happy to have put this on and inform our student body and our alumni and anybody who's joined us about some great employers in our community who are hiring currently. So I'd like to introduce Dan Kyer, and I'm sorry if I did that wrong. And he is with EECU, which is Educational Employee Credit Union, who I bank with and have been banking with since I started Fresno City College 23 years ago. It's a great bank. It's it always feels local when you go into a bank, so that I enjoy. I know they're hiring for a number of positions, so he's going to tell us about ECU and all the positions, how to apply, what they look for, etc. And please ask questions. This is for you. And we want people to find work and succeed in their jobs. So, Dan, welcome and thank you again
Thank you.
for being a part of our
Of course.
I guess,
Thank you for having me.
show today. You're
Hello,
welcome.
everyone.
Tell us about ECU. What is the history? And I know you're mainly in California, like you just said. And are there other EECUs outside of the valley, or what is your area?
Educational Employees Credit Union has been around since 1934. So we've been in the Central Valley for a very long time, and we currently serve 12 counties in the Central Valley. So we have several branch locations up and down the valley, and the membership that we serve has is heavily in schools, teachers, and education. So that's our common bond for membership. So we our membership is comprised mostly of teachers, students, administrators, and their families.
Okay, great.
So we've been around for a very long time. We have a great dedication to our members and our community. So
Now, mainly members are with the education sector, but it goes beyond that, doesn't it? Or does it?
yeah, no, it does. There's also other uh, ways that people can qualify for membership outside of being a student or a teacher or family. So we just opened up our membership to the uh, Valley Children's Healthcare,
Hmm.
and Kern County is one of the counties that we just recently opened up our membership to. So
Okay.
we are expanding. We do encourage people to visit our website at myeecu.org for information about EECU, our history, the memberships that we serve, and how to become a member.
Okay, great. This is fantastic. So you have branches all over. It seems like
Yes,
it's vast.
yes.
Okay, and so are you hiring? Do you usually hire? Are you hiring at all branches, or is it just Fresno, Clovis area?
No, quite a few branches that we're hiring for right now. We actually have seven positions open for branches, and they include our Clovis, uh, Fresno, Selma, um, branches in Visalia and Hanford.
Okay, great. And what positions are you hiring for?
Some are part-time, some are full-time. They are financial service representative ones. There's a few of them are FSR2s, which would be our tellers, our teller positions.
Okay. And for those who want to apply, what type of experience do they need to apply?
Well, we look for, regarding experience, we do look for experience with customer service. We call it member service. Our members, our account holders, are members of the credit union. They're not just customers. They actually own part of the credit union. So they are members, and so we refer to that as member service. So we look for a background with customer service, cash handling. If there's experience with in the financial industry, that's also what we're looking for. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the financial industry. When it comes to customer service, we do hire candidates that have experience in the retail services or food and um, services. So wherever they tend to have experience with customer service
Hmm.
is what we look for.
Yeah, as stated in a previous session, customer service is so important.
It is.
And yeah, can take you so far in a future job. So if you're young and you're working at McDonald's or you're working at whatever fast food, that is valuable, especially years to come, because a lot of employers want to see that in in someone's background. And the
Absolutely.
public's
Those
not
services are
easy. Yeah, community hospital, especially the nursing staffing, and they've said that everybody goes through college and they get their degrees and everything, and everybody has the same nursing internship experience. But when they start hiring, they look beyond that. They look for what they did in high school, what they did in college. Did they work here or there? And if it's customer service, McDonald's, Taco Bell, they grab it because the public can be very hard to manage. And I know that personally, working as a flight attendant years and years and years and years ago, and you're in a small environment and you get delays, whatever, people are hard to handle. So it's such a great skill to have and to use for later. So I encourage people to get that experience so you can apply for jobs like at EECU and so forth. So,
right. Customer service is a transferable skill, so it's very
very,
important.
that's true, very transferable. So the qualities of a person, when you hire somebody and they have all the paperwork looks good, they have this and this and this, but when you meet them in person, what kind of qualities do you look for other than skills?
A
Are you
positive attitude goes a long way. So we look for a
okay?
positive attitude, enthusiasm, friendly demeanor, presentation as far as professional tone and appearance. So those soft skills with working with the customers or members is what we look for as well. We also look for self-starters,
Mm,
people that are enthusiastic and have ambition to either learn something or continue their professional growth, that can work independently and kind of pursue that experience and knowledge and their own training and education independently. So we look for self-starters, task-oriented. It's a very busy environment. There's a lot of multitasking that is required, attention to detail because we're working with cash and
mm.
being able to multitask and keep up with a fast but a very fun pace. Kind
Yeah, that's interesting. I like the self-starter part of it. You're the first who've mentioned that. Now, in a for self-starter, you kind of mentioned it was kind of hard to hear though, but why is that so important to be a self-starter?
well, if somebody has the initiative and the ambition to learn this kind of position, work in this kind of environment, there's a great deal of personal responsibility that takes place as far as keeping up on the annual training that we do,
Mm,
adapting to change,
mhm,
um, being able to work independently, be task oriented, and get their various tasks throughout the day done. Eventually, after our training, it's a great training program that we have. It's a very detailed and it's hands-on, a lot of in-class work with our training as well as independent work with our training. But once they get through the training process and start working a little bit more independently, then we want to see them carry on that kind of
mhm.
momentum themselves.
Yeah, so obviously there's a whole bunch of room for growth within ECU, correct?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
my impression is
And
you're
I'm
investing in everybody to do that.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, there's a lot of opportunities at EECU for anybody that is wanting to work in the financial industry, and even if they don't, they can find a lot of other interesting areas and departments to work in,
Hmm.
from lending to our support services, our frontline uh,
Hmm.
positions in the branch for tellers and lending and opening up accounts. And there's a great deal of opportunity and growth at EECU.
Yeah, when I was raised in Hanford, and when I go to Hanford with my mom and we go to ECU, there's always a line, and there's a line at Barstow. I've gone
Right.
in there
And
several
Garrett Valentine.
times, and
Right.
Clovis, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's good to see that, but there's a huge, there is, they're busy. So, which
Right.
especially on a
Yes.
payday.
And we are well aware of that. We are expanding. Like I said, we've expanded not only the number of counties that we serve, but even in where we are already established,
Yeah,
opening up more locations and
good.
to better
Okay.
serve them. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
So that's why we
Okay.
have so many job opportunities and postings out there right now. We have 7 branch postings for financial service representatives, and we have about 6 or 7 back office positions available from accounting, real estate, and our information services.
I'm glad you brought that up. We just had a student right before you came on, and she was in the last session. She is part of our accounting program here at City College, and she needs to do an internship in the fall time. Do you
Oh,
offer internships at all? Inter-
we don't offer internships per se. All of our, how do you define internships? All of our positions that we have here at EECU are paid positions, and we don't really hire, when we hire, whether it's full-time or part-time, it's not on a temporary basis.
yeah, I would think an internship's more temporary, but a lot of people do hire after that once the person has completed their hours. Um, and so I think she's looking for either a paid or non-paid, but I hope she's here. I don't know. I can't see. So,
Yeah, I'm
oh,
here.
there you are. Can you
Hi.
ask your question? Yeah, there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking for an accounting. Yeah, I
Okay.
need to do my internship for fall.
Right. Well, like I said, all of our positions are paid positions,
Okay.
and they are not temporary positions per se. So we don't do a whole lot of those kinds of things. For example, we do have a couple of accounting positions open, and one of them is an accounting analyst position that would be doing things like verifying daily branch deposits. Accounts payable experience is a plus. Working with general ledgers and balancing, working on weekly and monthly activity reports, those kinds of things. So we do have a analyst position in our accounting department open right now.
But for example, in this position, do you have for part-time or not? Because I need to
This one
do a school and work.
is right. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know
works
if you have it in part-time.
No, in the accounting department, we do not have a part-time position.
Oh, okay, it's a full-time, 8 hours.
It is
Is
full-time right now.
the Monday through Friday?
Yes, Monday through Friday, and all of our positions, whether they're full-time or part-time, come with great benefits packages. So that's also something to look for when you're looking for employment and trying to get into a position. Is also look at the benefits packages that that employer provides. We offer medical, dental, vision, 401k, paid time for vacation, sick, kin care, those kinds of things. So, yeah, the accounting position that we have open right now is a full-time position Monday through Friday.
Do you
I
mind if
don't-
I say something?
Sure.
Yeah, I was in that internship course for accounting 19. I had to drop it because I did not have an opportunity that came my way. So they drop you at the 9-week mark. But it doesn't necessarily have to be an internship per se. It could be, there's like people in the class that were already in full-time positions, but they just needed the units in order uh, to get their certification for computerized accounting in the workplace, or
Okay.
or for the associates in accounting. So I just thought I'd say something about that for
Okay.
that class in particular.
Okay, thank you for your advice.
Thank you very much. Real quickly, how does one apply for your jobs?
Well, we encourage them to visit our website at myeecu.org, and there's a couple links they can go to. They can go to a link at the top of the page. It's the About Us link, and there's a link on that page that will take you to our careers. Or when you're on our homepage, you can scroll all the way to the bottom. There's a link at the bottom right-hand corner for careers. It tells you everything that we have available, open, that we're trying to fill right now, and it gives you a synopsis of what the position is, some of the requirements, if there are any, and a link to apply from our website. So that will
Okay.
take you directly into the application process.
Okay, perfect. You know, when somebody applies, and do you want them to attach a resume or do you want them to attach a cover letter? And if so, why is that important to do?
A cover letter really isn't necessary. We get all types of applications that have cover letters and or resumes, and sometimes they don't have either. The application questions that we have on our careers site is pretty comprehensive.
Okay.
But if there's anything that isn't asked that you want us to know, we do encourage you to provide a resume, and it kind of gives us a better view or a better kind of knowledge about that applicant. Like I said, the questions are very comprehensive. It gives us a good idea of who's applying. But if there's something that isn't asked and there's something you want said about yourself, we do encourage or we do allow for resumes to be attached as well.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. What's your expectation regarding interview attire and
I had a
work
question
attire?
about like
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. We'll take your question first.
just a quick question. Like, what are the day-to-day responsibilities of like a teller? Like, I know you're up front and you're getting people's money and stuff, but like, what are the specific things?
Well, the teller position is a very important one. Even if somebody's coming in with no financial background or experience in the industry, we're looking for somebody that is going to be a people person, if you will. It's very important that we communicate with our members, not only with the transactions that they may be coming in to perform with us that day, but we also want them to understand why banking with EECU is a very beneficial financial decision. We have many products and services that we offer to our members, so our tellers are not only there to help our members with their transactions, but also to help them understand the products and services that we provide, and to also look out for their best interest as far as how they are using our products and services, understanding things like online banking, mobile deposits, the loans that we have, the types of accounts that we have available to them, deposits like share certificates, and those are known as CDs. So it's also very important to be a communicator with our membership, deepen those relationships with them. We're really mindful about the financial health of our members, so they need to, the tellers have a wide variety of transactions that they could be doing on a day-to-day basis. It's multitasking. It's a lot of different requests coming at them. So they do need to be knowledgeable and understand our products and services, how to communicate that with our members, deepen those relationships, and overall just have a very kind of professional but welcoming ability to converse with our members. So there's a lot to it. But we always set them up for success. So we have a great staff, and our members are very happy with us. That's what we're interested in keeping going, is that reputation with our members. So that's what we look for.
Cool.
That's a great
And then
question. Go
as
ahead.
far as multitasking, to like, what are the things you'd be multitasking doing? Because you said
multitasking, keeping up on their work, making sure that they are covering all the aspects that have to do with doing a transaction from beginning, middle to end. That includes making sure that their checks balance, their cash balances, that they are talking about products and services throughout the day while doing tangible things like handling money and checks. So the multitasking has a lot to do with the physical things that we do as far as cash handling, creating checks or accepting checks for deposit, as well as answering our members' questions, asking probing questions of our members, having those conversations. So there's a lot of things to do with your hands as well as with your conversation. So there's a lot of things going on at one time. But balancing is very important, obviously. So that includes, at the end of the day, balancing your work, balancing the checks, balancing cash, those kinds of things. So,
Cool.
I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. Thank you.
Great.
All right.
You're welcome.
Do we have other questions?
Yes, I was wondering, I was just looking at the career website and
Mhm.
I've noticed that there wasn't any teller position available. There was only financial services representatives.
That is the teller position. The
Oh, I see.
financial service representatives are the teller duties.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, our financial service representatives, especially the ones that are posted for 2s and 3s, on top of the teller transactions, they also will do account opening and loans as well. So
Okay,
that the financial service representative title is kind of all encompassing, but it does include tellers.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for asking that question.
You know, talking to my sister who's worked there for so many years, it's amazing her knowledge on so many different things, not just so money and different accounts, but also in investments and wills and laws and so many
Right.
different things. It's vast. So when you work for EECU and you learn all that, I mean, it's just your skill level is so high
Right.
once you learn everything.
It has to be, yes. We're state chartered, but we're also federally insured. So
Yeah.
it's an industry that is highly regulated.
Yes.
There are many regulations to keep up on, which is why we have annual training to ensure
Right.
that we're reinforcing that, keeping up with the changes. So there's a lot of regulations, a lot of legal, a lot of laws
Yeah.
that follow.
Yeah, I've heard it, and I was amazed. This is my sister who's so much younger than I am. I go, how does she know all that? But she's old enough to know it. But it you know, it helped our family personally because of will issues and things like that. And people come into the bank with those issues. They've lost a spouse and their account is whatever, and they need to transfer money or whatever the situation is. So it's amazing what they have to know to
Yes.
work in their positions.
Right.
So,
And that speaks to our training as well, because like I said, when we onboard a new employee, we are invested in not only their success, but also in making sure that they have the tools
right.
to be successful and enjoy what they do.
Yes.
So that begins with a lot of upfront education about regulations and
Right.
privacy laws.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting, challenging, but rewarding position.
It is. It's very broad too. It's just not banking
It
and
is.
deposits and withdrawals. It's
It
way
much
beyond
beyond
that.
that. Right.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good deal. We've answered so many questions and you've said so much already. I do want to ask you when somebody applies, do they need transcripts? Do they need to attach them? Any types of certification? Do you recommend them? I don't know about certification, but transcripts, do you require those?
No, we don't. So when it comes to certifications, there are some positions, perhaps in accounting or IS, that may require certifications, and that will be explained in the job description.
Okay.
As far as transcripts, no, we will ask you about education and the level of education that you've completed, but transcripts are not required upfront.
Okay, good. I think I asked this about much. What are your dress code for EECU?
Professional attire. So the dress code at EECU is professional attire, shirts, ties, slacks, professional footwear is required. During the summer months, however, EECU does allow for casual attire, which is kind of like more like polos or khakis and that kind of thing to kind of help with the warm weather. So our standard dress code is professional attire, but there is a modification to it during the summer months to make our employees a little bit more comfortable.
Oh, that's nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good deal. Okay, well, this has been so informative. We are so appreciative of Dan being here today. And
Well, I enjoyed it.
and this is so, you know, doing a virtual is so informative because we don't get this one-on-one if we do an in-person. Well, you may get it, but the information that you've given us has been more than I imagined. And I think it's given the viewers huge heads up of what to do, how to apply. And also, did we say how to apply? Did we, the website, did we mention that?
Yes, myeecu.org.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. We have a couple different areas that have links
Yeah.
to our careers.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, but the information has been incredible. And so this is a huge, this is helpful and it's very, it's so important. So we're grateful. So, what else? Is there anything you want to tell us, Dan, or anything, anyone, I don't know, if to tell the students anything that can help them get an interview with EECU?
Yes, I would say visit our website at myeecu.org. If you're not already a member or aware or knowledgeable about EECU, read about who we are, read about our history. One thing that I can say is that if, and this isn't just at EECU, but when you're applying at a prospective employer, really understand what that company is about. You may be asked questions during an interview about what you know, not only in the industry that they serve, but about that company itself. So it's a really good idea to do a little bit of research and study the information that they make available on their website.
That is so true. We tell our students about that all the time. Get on their website, learn about the organization. And they don't realize if they get an interview, you may ask questions regarding what do you know about our organization? And it shows that they're doing their research and they're interested. You know, there's so much competition out there. You have, doesn't matter what age you are, you have to do your due diligence to make a good impression.
Right.
And just because you're older doesn't mean you're going to get the job. And just because you may have more skills doesn't mean you're going to get the job either. But it's that initiative, and you sound like a self-starter that you mentioned earlier.
Right.
So it's, excuse me, it's so important to know about the organization. And if anybody needs any assistance with a resume, cover letter, or interviewing skills, please give us a call at our CEC, and it's 442-8294, or go to our website. And we have contact information there. But anyway, Dad, you've done such a great job, and we thank you very, very much.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure.